Welcome back to MaxsGarajMahal, and as promised, I told you I'd bring you back to show you the tachometer working. So, excuse me, been down under the weather for about almost 2 weeks, so apologize if I cough on you quite a bit. So, here is the tach, if you remember, and right now it's showing 0 RPM. So, let's get around here. First of all, let's see if that thing will start up right here without having to get on top of it. Get my hand out of the way. These collies got to be choked. Oh, might have choked that in too long. Yeah. There you go. What do y'all think of that? Little inductive tach. And I found out something about that sucker is when I put it on there, fired it right up. As I told you before, we ran the inductive wire through here, up inside the engine housing, through here, dropped in and out a couple of times to make sure it stayed away from the flywheel. Brought it over here, and inside the engine housing, we did about 10 wraps of the wire around the spark plug wire. After the engine warmed up, engine would no longer fire. I mean, wouldn't even fire. So, just got through disassembling all this. Take the engine cover off, and take the engine cover off, you've got to remove these 3 pop ends, pull this out of the way. You've got to remove these 3 bolts right here, take that plastic, or this metal housing. It's really like a vent to keep the grass and stuff out of your heads. And then you remove or loosen all these bolts here. You got to remove the breather, and then this thing will pop off. Well, you got to also take the 2 screws out of your fuel pump. Then this cover will pop off. So I removed the inductive wire from the spark plug, and I brought it to the outside. So it fired right up, but the engine isn't warm. So we will go ahead and do a test on that. If we find that this thing will not run and refire with the engine hot, we're going to let you know about that too. But at this time, the engine's still warm, it's just not hot. But the wire is not the least bit warm either. So I think that's going to make a bit of difference, maybe not. So we'll get back to you on that and maybe on the next movie. So we thought we'd let you know that the little tach does work. And the little engine was only turning, I think, 3420 wide open. So we did some adjustments. And this blue tape here that you see, this was so that I put all the cables back exactly where they were when I was doing the dash. So that's the reason why you see that. And that's about to go away here in a moment. I have to turn this off. And I want to announce one more thing. The nylon rope is back. Real proud of that. Not. And the reason why this is here, got to tell you real quickly. Mr. Michael Kramer, if you're seeing this, your kit's coming to you. And I had to actually remove it off of my mower because the strut shocks have not got in. So even though I've been ill, again, that doesn't play into it. The strut support limiter shocks have not arrived. They're on back order to me because they're on back order to the supplier that I get them from. So what we're going to do is I've removed everything off mine, and I will tell you what, let me turn this off. I'll walk in there and we'll show you what you're going to get.